Redwood County Highway Department provides a safe and effective transportation system, which is responsive to the county needs and within budget. My name is Anthony Sellner, and I'm currently serving as the Redwood County Highway Engineer. Redwood County has 333 miles of paved roads, 177 miles of gravel roads, and 127 county-owned bridges. A well-maintained road and bridge system is essential for our farmers, businesses, and residents, as well as supporting local and regional travel and commerce. Our Highway Department's maintenance and construction budget varies every year, ranging between $13 million and $27 million. This budget is funded almost entirely through the state's gas tax, currently at 28.5 cents per gallon, through license fees, vehicle sales tax, and auto parts tax, along with federal aid and bridge bonds through the state of Minnesota. Out of the $13 to $27 million, $3.3 million is funded through your property tax levy. This means that property taxes fund anywhere from 12 to 25% of the total maintenance program and total construction program. I would now like to introduce you to our veteran maintenance foreman, Larry Hubert, who is out on the roads every day. He is going to tell us a little bit more about what the maintenance program all entails.
Hi, my name is Larry Hubert. I work for the Redwood County Highway Department. I've worked there for 34 years on working all with maintenance. In the spring, once the snow is gone, we start maintaining both the gravel roads and the bituminous roads, the blacktop roads. The gravel roads, we would repair any frost spoils. We would re-gravel, spot gravel the spots we need, and we would maintain them with motor graders. The blacktop roads, we would do any patching with MC product, MC oil product, and then we would start our spring maintenance, which would include sealing cracks, leveling roads with mastic material, and we would start patching with bituminous mix. We patch the roads first that are going to get seal coated during the summer so that we have them all taken care of by the time we get to the summer and start seal coating. Other work we do in the spring would be reclaiming shoulders, possibly hauling a little gravel to get gravel on dark spots or black spots on the gravel roads. Then summer would roll around. We would do our bituminous patching early in the summer to have it all done before seal coat. Then we would do our seal coat. It involves spraying oil on the road and putting a chip seal over the top of it, rolling that in tight. Then the roads that are chip sealed would be repainted. We start re-graveling roads. Certain roads are on a rotation and we gravel them maybe every 5 years. During the summer, we maintain bridges. We have crews that come out and will weed eat around all the guardrails and the bridge rails. Hauling chips for next year's seal coat. We'll make our salt sand that we use for controlling ice in the winter. We do a fall mowing. That's much more intensive. We'll mow most of the inslope that we can reach. We'll mow driveways, field approaches, anything that might be a hazard and start a snowdrift in the winter. We get all the roads shaped up and bladed to get them ready for a winter so that we're not throwing gravel off with the snowplows. And we also check over all our equipment and make sure that that's top notch and ready to go on a moment's notice. And when winter rolls around, then our main priority, of course, would be to keep the roads open, keep the snow plowed, keep the ice sanded so that the traffic can move real easy. I'm standing here beside CSA number 2, County State 8 Highway number 2, and this road is getting old and it's looking very tired. We have a lot of damage on it. We've patched a lot of patches. There's patches on this whole stretch. The surface is so dried out and oxidized that it's hard to make it want to hold a patch. The way we rebuild some of the gravel roads has changed over the years. When I first started, everything was just an overlay, might be an 1.5 inch or a 2-inch overlay. They went right over the existing road. Then they started milling, and they would mill 1.5 inches off and put 1.5 inches back on. The milling was nice in that it gave you a nice level surface to put that 1.5 inches on. But at that point, the millings were just byproduct. They weren't being recycled. The next step was mill and overlay, but recycle the millings. So they went back into the bituminous, the new blacktop, and now there's different process, cold in place, where they grind up half the road and replace it and then put an overlay on top of that. So there's different techniques on how to repair the roads. Gravel road maintenance has mainly stayed the same. Some of the equipment has gotten bigger. We had many years where we had gotten behind on our gravel roads. We weren't re-graveling them in a timely fashion. So now we're working hard to catch up. I would also say that with this blacktop road. The cost of rebuilding roads has gone up so much that we've gotten behind on the roads that need to be repaired and replaced. Right now, all we're doing is repairing them. We're keeping them, trying to limp them one more year down the road. And in 34 years, one of the biggest things that's changed is the amount of truck traffic. A lot more load on the road, and some of these roads just weren't built to carry that kind of loads.
Thank you, Larry, for providing your valued insight. Now we are going to break down the maintenance budget for the highway department. We have a table here for you to look at to see a little bit more about our income and expenses. The 2023 property tax levy was $2.6 million. The additional levy being proposed is $700,000. And the state aid maintenance or gas tax funding is $2.8 million. The remaining $400,000 is from intergovernmental transfers. Our total income is thereby $6.5 million. Our maintenance expenses include the following: wages, benefits, and insurance for $2.8 million, diesel fuel and gasoline for $463,000, gravel, patching, salt, culvert replacements, and washout repairs for $1 million, capital outlay, which includes plow trucks, graders, and support equipment for $900,000, equipment maintenance for $447,000, equipment rental for $155,000, shop utilities at $152,000, roadway restriping, which includes restriping our roads every 3 years for $107,000, right-of-way and bridge design for $264,000, and bond interest repayments of $212,000 annually. This makes our total expenses for 2024 at $6.5 million. The Highway Department's reserve budget has decreased from $5 million to $2 million between the years of 2017 and 2019. We are currently projected to end 2023 with $1.7 million in our reserve balance. There are several reasons as to why the reserve budget has dropped so low. These reasons include additional work and costs of emergency flood repairs, increased frequency of severe snow events, additional asphalt patching and crack filling due to aging pavements, and reestablishing our gravel roads and shoulders. The increased cost of maintenance materials has also played a role in the increased budget, along with upgrading our aging fleet of support equipment. This additional work has been occurring without a notable tax levy increase for the highway department over the last 15 years, resulting in the deficit we see today. There has been either a $0 increase or decrease for at least 9 of the 15 years. Let's go back to Larry and have him explain further how maintenance has changed over his time here at the highway department.
When I first started, we would patch for 2 weeks. We'd maybe patch 20 tandem truckloads of mix in the whole season. And now we're doing 80 to 100 loads just to maintain the same rideability of the roads. We're doing much more patching. 2 years ago, I'm quite sure that we patched for almost 2 months.
As Larry had mentioned, we are spending over 2 months a year patching our asphalt roads. This year alone, we patched for over 4 months, compared to only 2 weeks a year patching 30 plus years ago. In order to understand our pavement conditions, we must look at our construction program and also look at pavement life cycles. We typically see a road needing reconstructing or rehabilitating every 20 years and chip sealing every 7 years or so. With 333 miles of paved roads, we would need to reconstruct or rehabilitate 17 miles of road per year. Over the last 5 years, we have been reconstructing or rehabilitating only 13 miles per year. This results in a 4 mile per year deficit. When you take those 4 miles over 15 years, You can see we fall behind by 60 miles over a 15-year period. The cost of reconstructing or rehabilitating a roadway has gone up substantially in recent years, as Larry had said. A 2-inch mill and 3-inch overlay can cost up to $300,000 per mile. A cold-in-place recycling can cost $400,000 to $500,000 per mile. A concrete overlay can cost $600,000 to $700,000 plus per mile. A full roadway reconstruction can cost $1.5 million to $2 million per mile. If you take the 60 miles and multiply by those costs, you can see we have fallen behind anywhere from $18 million to $120 million in 15 years. So why did so many miles of our roadways deteriorate in 2023 compared to previous years? What Redwood County saw was that there was potholes forming every several feet down the roadways in the driving lanes. Some speculate that the reasons for this failure was because of the methods of construction or the oils used in the pavements. What we can say about all of the roads that failed were that they were all 18 to 38 years old since their last mill and overlay. With the roadways being that old, the pavements were highly oxidized and brittle. When we had 8 ice storms last winter and multiple freeze-thaw events, water infiltrated into the pavement layers and into any potholes or small holes in the pavement surface. And then when the water froze, it actually popped up and deteriorated that asphalt bond between the chip seal and between the underlying pavements. When vehicles then drove on the road, they actually caused additional stress, which peeled up the pavement layers. When the potholes started forming, the weak oxidized pavement layers down below were exposed, and additional traffic loading caused pulverization of that weak, brittle asphalt. And that's how you really saw the potholes forming every few feet down the road. So the Redwood County Highway Department and the county board had to take emergency action in order to address these issues. The county board bonded $10 million in order to repair 56 miles of roadway. What we did was repair the roadways through either a 1.5-inch mill and overlay all the way up to a 2-inch mill and 4-inch overlay over these roads. This work is occurring this year, has occurred this year, and will also occur next year. This bond costs the county approximately 8% of your property tax levy increase for this year. Even with this $10 million bond, the Redwood County Highway Department is still in need of $23 million to repair an additional 60 miles of road, and in need of $51 million to repair bridges over the next 5 years. So let's quickly discuss how we fund the construction program at Redwood County. Out of the $13 to $27 million worth of annual work, $6.5 million is dedicated to maintenance, and the remaining funds are dedicated to the construction program. This is required by state and federal law for the funds to be spent in this matter. Our construction program is funded through a combination of several sources. The first source is our $4 million annual gas tax. It's called state aid construction. The next is a local 0.5% option sales tax, which amounts to $1.1 million per year. The next funding source is $360,000 a year from the $20 wheelage tax. We additionally receive anywhere from $1 million to $8 million per year in bridge bonds. And then we additionally receive federal or state grants, which are competitive in nature. The Redwood County Highway Department has applied for $80 million in federal discretionary grants, as well as state grants over the last 3 years. The Redwood County Highway Department will continue to apply for as many federal and state grants as possible to try to fund this construction program that we have here. The 5-year road and bridge construction plan that the Highway Department maintains is intended to be flexible as public priorities and road conditions change from year to year. The Redwood County Highway Department appreciates your continued support so that way we can keep our roadways patched, plowed, and drivable. If you have any questions about the work that we do here or want to sit down and discuss our program further, feel free to call our main office number, which is listed, or take a look at our 5-year road and bridge plan, which is posted on our website. Thank you so much for your time.